So just recently I got a MacBook Pro, and in this video I will be comparing it to my old Windows laptop, which I've used for the last 7 years, to see how much better the Mac is compared to my old laptop. I will also compare the performance of the Mac using vanilla 1.8.9, 1.8.9 plus Optifine, and finally using Lunar/Badline client. And at the end I will give you, the Mac users, some optimizations to increase your FPS for better gaming. Anyways, apart from that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's go! Okay, as you can see, I'm in a single player's world, so I wanted to see what my FPS is on my old laptop and what it is when I switch over to the new one. But anyhow, this is pretty much, I guess that's the FPS. If I look up in the sky, it's around 400 for something. Now it goes up to 445. What if I press F1? Then it's going to be around 600. That's actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. A ton of optimizations, Atlas, and ton of others. I'm not gonna go over the optimizations, but now it is pretty much, let me just put it in F1. Now let's just pretty much see what I get on the new laptop. So yeah, we're gonna be comparing FPS on vanilla Minecraft, Optifine Minecraft, and finally Lunar and or Badline. So yeah, we'll see how it is, and at the end I'm gonna be giving you guys a list of macOS optimizations. So apart from that, that's pretty much it. Now, enjoy the video. Okay, as you can see, I'm on my Mac desktop, like here, or whatever you want to call this. So I'm gonna go into my Minecraft settings, and I'm going to be launching first vanilla, then Optifine, and then I will be launching Lunar and Badline and comparing both of them basically. But before that, like I've said in my FPS tutorial, go into here, edit, more options, then you have to scroll down and you can see here 2G. This is 2 gigs of RAM, which is allocated to Minecraft. Now this laptop has 25 gigs of RAM, or 24 pretty much. So I'm going to set this to 6 because Minecraft requires 4 gigs at least, and 6 gigs should be fine. Okay, click save, and now I'm going to hit play. So I'll see what the FPS is, and now cut to that in 3, 2, 1, and okay, as you can see, Minecraft 1.8.9 has been launched, and so go in option settings, and you can see like this is pretty much like everything, like almost pretty much default settings. This is supposed to be 8, so I'll just make sure to put everything on default settings. You can see clouds fancy, VSync is off, VBOs are off, graphics is fancy, smooth lighting max, and etc. whatever. So I'm gonna go in a single player, create new world, creative, and super flat, and let's see what the FPS is. Alright, so we have loaded into the world. Okay, it's kind of choppy already, I'm not gonna lie, because of the 8 render distance, but still, okay, it's a bit better now. So okay, I'm gonna click F3, and wow, okay, we're getting 140 something FPS. Okay, that is not what I expected, honestly. Well, because it's pretty much not optimized, I guess. Okay, so I have to edit my freaking toggle perspective. Alright, so we're going to now turn the FPS or put up all the performance settings. So without further ado, cut to that in 3, 2, 1, and boom! And as you can see, 700 FPS already with the settings that have been changed. Okay, I have okay, let me just get rid of this. So what I have done is you can just copy these settings. Even though this is without Optifine, I can assume still getting 500 FPS is almost 700 pretty much. It's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Let's put it to peaceful and the mobs go off. Honestly, I'm pretty shocked by what I'm seeing right now because I was not expecting that. So damn, this is pretty cool. 700 FPS. If I look up in the sky, we're getting almost 773. Oh, 800. There we go. If we click F1, let's see what we get. And 1200. That's freaking crazy. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna be getting much more with Optifine and Lunar client / Badline. So let's now go to Optifine 1.8.9, and we'll see how much FPS we can get. So cut to that in 3, 2, 1, and alright, we're back at our installations page. So now instead of launching vanilla 1.8.9, we're going to be launching Optifine 1.8.9. So like I said before, go into 3 dots, edit, more options, then scroll down, and I've already set it to 6 gigs, but make sure to set it to either half of your available RAM. So if you have 8 gigs of RAM, set it to 4 gigs. If you have like me 24, then either 6 or 12. I would not advise 12. because Minecraft doesn't need that much RAM. It basically requires 6. 4 to 6 is pretty much the sweet spot. But anyhow, I've already done 6 gigs of RAM, or set it here. So I'm going to click save and I'm going to click play, and let's see what type of FPS I get. Alright, here we go. Minecraft Optifine 1.8.9 has been loaded. You can see in options, video settings, and you can see all of the Optifine settings have been done. So I think I have pretty much already set all of the, okay, fast render is off. Oh wait, shaders is on. Okay, I didn't mean to put shaders on, but I'm gonna turn them off just for this. And go to performance, fast render. Just because I'm on single player, I'm gonna turn on smooth world because it will not lag as much. Other 24 full screen. I'm gonna turn on show FPS so I don't have to click F3. Okay, going to the same single player world. Okay, let's go and see what FPS we get. Alright, we have loaded into the world with Optifine, and you can see 500, almost 600 FPS this time. Let everything load pretty much. The sun is here. I'm gonna turn all of this off because we don't really need that. And we can see 700, almost 700 consistent, which is actually pretty interesting because I thought it would be more. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just had to move a bit to get 1000 FPS. We're getting almost a lot, dude. Damn. I was not expecting that. 800. There you go. We're getting 800 FPS now because of this. This is crazy. Okay, what if I look up? What happens then? Okay, almost 700. If I zoom in, there you go. Okay, oh my days, holy crap. Freaking 1500 FPS. Let me click F1 and 3, 2, 1 and 1600. I was expecting 2000, but I guess that's honestly good too. Single player world, it will lag a bit, but if I go on a server, maybe. So yeah, I don't think so there's any other options that can really toggle to make it even more smoother than it already is. But honestly speaking, this is insane already. So I don't think I really need to kind of change anything else, to be honest. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. Now, finally, we're gonna go onto Lunar/Badline. I'll launch Lunar first and see how much FPS I get, and then I will launch Badline and see how much FPS I get. So let's go and see that. Alright, as you can see, I'm on Lunar Client now, and I have already loaded the 1.8.9 with Optifine version. Before that, obviously go into settings and make sure your allocated memory is your half or 6 gigs of RAM like I have done. Okay, so I'm going to be clicking launch, and we'll see what type of FPS we get on Lunar Client after obviously all the FPS boost settings and all that. Anyways, here we go. Alright, as you can see, Lunar Client has been launched. Now we're going to be pretty much Minecraft settings. I don't think so there's much. I'm just going to turn this to 3. That's what I keep it on. Performance, we got smooth world. I'll still turn it on because we're on single player. Later we'll go on a server and see what we can see, pretty much the FPS pretty much. Other 24, everything has been set. I'll turn off FPS because Lunar has that FPS mod already. Go into single player, new world, and here we go. Let's see what FPS we get on Lunar Client. Alright, as you can see, I'm on Lunar Client, and okay, already I haven't even loaded into the world and we are already getting freaking 1400 FPS. Yep, Lunar Client, guys. Okay, so going to Lunar options, settings, performance, all of these, make sure to copy if you guys want the most FPS. If you want to edit the entity distance, maybe make it lesser. I honestly have a good, now that I have a good laptop, I don't really need to edit this. So make sure to set it according to your laptop's, I guess performance wise. General doesn't really have any FPS settings apart from that. I think that's pretty much it. So there's escape, and you can already see I'm getting freaking 1600 FPS on Lunar already. If I turn on, maybe I'll turn on hitboxes because I don't really need it because I'm not PvPing anyone. So yeah, you can already see since I have the cloak on. Also make sure to disable all the cosmetics and all so that it is not really laggy. And this is, by the way, this is 1200, 1500 FPS with OBS, which is kind of really good actually, I'm not gonna lie. What if we zoom in into the sky? I don't think so I'll see any big difference. I'll click F1. Hopefully we see a big difference. Yeah, not really super crazy. Okay, okay, never mind. Spoke too soon. 2000 FPS, wow. Okay, let me click F1. And 20 freaking hell, dude. That's just great. Anyhow, well, that's Lunar Client, guys. now I'll move on to Badline client. We'll see which one gives me the highest FPS. Why is Minecraft music annoying me? Okay, so anyhow, bro moment. Anyhow, let's move on to Badline now. And 3, 2, 1, and boom! Alright, back on Lunar. Now this time we're gonna be turning on Badline. What am I saying? Anyways, go into here, Lunar, select Badline. Make sure before that, by the way, make sure to go into your general and use Badline services. Make sure to turn this on so that you can get this Badline option. So go into Badline 1.8, 1.8.9 and Badline plus Optifine. Again, make sure to set your allocated memory. It's all perfect and all. And without further ado, let's launch and we can see what FPS we get on Badline client. So here we go. Alright, as you can see, Badline client has now launched. I'm gonna go into options, video settings. I'm pretty sure again I've set everything that is. Yeah, there you go. I don't need to do anything here. Okay, going to Badline options, better frames. Why is this so blurry? Anyways, hopefully it's clear for you guys. Sorry if it's blurry or something. But yeah, copy all of these settings pretty much. These are the FPS boosting settings. Again, player entity distance, you can set it to 1, but you can decrease it depending on how good your laptop is. Okay, so graphics settings, here's everything. General, menus, if you guys want to see this. Also, make sure that this escape menu layout, that's pretty good. And controls, I don't really think there's anything. Cosmetics, yeah, definitely most important one. Make sure to only enable the ones which you actually have. Like for example, I have a cloak and I have a bandana as well on Badline, so that's why I've only enabled those 2 cosmetics. Rest of them you can disable for better FPS boost. Emotes, there's no really need. If you want, you can, but I don't think so there's any need for you guys to have emotes. If you guys obviously want, then yes, you can turn them on. Social, this doesn't really matter. So without further ado, single player, create new world, or not create new world, join the same world, and here we go. Why is it nighttime? But anyways, as you can see, we're getting pretty much the same FPS, I guess. Yeah, it's actually a bit lesser, which is not something which I expected from out of Badline, out of all things. All right, 1200 FPS. That's actually not okay. 13. There you go. 1300 FPS. That's actually not what I expected. If I stand still, then obviously it's a lot more. 1450. Though Lunar launched Lunar went till 15, which is kind of surprising, honestly, not gonna lie. Okay, why is my FPS all messed up? Okay, I don't know. Anyhow, let's look up in the sky now. Okay, 1500, that's good. If I click zoom, wow, that's crazy. It's not reaching 2000. I mean, obviously 1900 FPS is already ridiculously insane. I'm gonna click F1 now. Okay, it did reach 2300, but Lunar, I guess it was more. Lunar, pretty much if I look up into the sky, then Lunar had much more FPS. But still, Badline is pretty good. I guess it is because of the animated bandana and this purple freaking cape thing. But it's still, I still like Badline more than Lunar. I think that's pretty much it for the FPS comparison part. So, turns out Lunar is the best, I guess. Which is kind of surprising and kind of sad because I like Badline more than Lunar. But yeah, now that I can use Lunar, I guess I'm gonna be probably sticking to Lunar client. But anyhow, I think that's pretty much it for the comparison or testing the FPS part. Now, I guess what you guys have been waiting for probably the most, some Mac OS settings, which will give you high FPS. Okay, let's go over to the Mac OS FPS boosting settings in 3, 2, 1, and alright, here we go. Mac OS optimization settings. So first, what you can do is pretty much go here and your battery and make sure energy mode is set to high power. What you can also do is go into battery settings and under energy mode on battery, which is pretty much when you are not charging your Mac, you can set it to low power because honestly you shouldn't game when you are not charging because that'll just drain out the battery even quicker. When you are charging, that is on power adapter, set it to high power for the most FPS. Now, since we are in the system settings, which you can open by just going to your dock, this is dock, and go into system settings. Now go into desktop and dock, and pretty much copy these settings. Magnification is pretty much this cool animation. Honestly, it is cool, I know, but I find it much more cleaner like this. So just turn it off. Then minimize window animation, put it to scale effect, which pretty much it just zooms in and out instead of doing a cool genie effect. Basically just increases your FPS. Now animate opening applications, you can turn this off. This is actually a pretty useful thing and I feel like, in my opinion, it looks much more cleaner. if you turn this option off, the dock pretty much just shows at all times. If you enable this option, it just hides. And to show the dock, pretty much you just have to hover over the dock, which I find just much more cleaner, much more better. You can just go here and it will hide it automatically. This is pretty cool. This option, you guys can enable it, but in my opinion, this is just to make it look clean. Okay, I don't think so it optimizes your FPS or anything, but in my opinion, it just looks clean. Okay, so the next thing which I want to tell you guys is terminal, which is basically command prompt / PowerShell for your Mac OS. To open it, click the command key on your keyboard and space. You can see I've already searched terminal. What this is basically Spotlight search. You can search up applications and whatever. So terminal, double click this, it'll open the command prompt / PowerShell for Mac OS, which is basically terminal. Now I pasted in some commands in the description. Just copy the commands, not like one by one, copy them. And once you enable, like for example, this is your command, click enter, and it will pretty much just go into the next. Then click enter with each command, and after that you can just pretty much close. So let me just quickly explain what these commands are. Some of these commands are pretty much, there are only like 4 or 5. Some of these, most of them are just animation commands, which pretty much it disables the Windows animations so you pretty much know on Windows you can open the adjust your performance settings, and over there adjust for best performance. This is basically that. Basically you can disable all of the animations. Pretty much when you open different applications, the opening animations, disable them, all of that. On Mac, there is a thing called as search indexing. And now I'm going to be showing you guys how to turn it off or to pretty much disable it. So go into your system settings, then go into Spotlight over here, search, scroll all the way down, and over here you can see your search privacy. Click on that. I've already added the Minecraft folder. You can click the plus icon, which opens your Finder, which is pretty much File Explorer. So over here, you can go into Library, and in this, you can go into pretty much your application support. Go into your application support, you can see Badline Client. You can see if you scroll all the way down, you can see your .Minecraft folder, your Lunar Client folder. Pretty much you can add these. I only add the Minecraft folder because in Lunar, there's an option called as use global.minecraft folder. I have enabled that. So I pretty much only have to add the Minecraft folder, which I have added over here. What this does is pretty much to find the files, like for example, resource packs or your saves or your shader packs. Mac doesn't have to spend a lot of time to pretty much find those files because you can do it yourself. Because what you can do is go into your Finder and pretty much just pin the folders to your favorites to make it easier. So Mac doesn't have to spend time searching. This increases your FPS. So that's pretty much all the Mac OS optimizations which I could find, which are safe and reliable. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, then subscribe and leave a like. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. All right, peace. Go.